Thomas, it's up for grabs now! Thomas! Right at the end!
And it's Tony Adams put through by Steve Ball. Would you believe it? Is in for Arsenal and sweeps it home. It's Bergkamp. That's magnificent. He stripped it away from Tar. Henry!
And it's Arsenal! Arsenal FC! With my fancy!
It's time to go!
And good morning, everyone. Hope you had a great weekend. Plenty happening over the weekend. Who would have thought Manchester United would go to Man City and win? This crazy season gets even more and more crazier. Listen, we got the man himself in the building, and we're gonna. Here he is. Good morning, Mr. Gunner.
I'm good, man. How are you?
Well, yeah, I'm a bit better than I was Saturday, that's for sure. But
You sound better. Your throat's a lot better by the sounds of it, mate.
still not, as I said, the sleeping is not good. But I feel a bit better this morning, but it's just lack of sleep, mate. That's what it is. Anyway, how are you feeling this morning, Lee?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Everything's great apart from this football club. It's just mad, isn't it? It's mad.
Up and down, isn't it? All up and down. You're up 1 minute, you're down the next.
Mate, Granit Xhaka's now Pirlo. Apparently an amazing footballer. If you can't see what Granit Xhaka brings to the team, you don't know anything about football. Maybe we do, and that's why we don't rate him. Apparently, it don't really matter where league position is because there's progress. Stop looking at the league table. And we're going to win the Europa League. Yeah, we're going to win the Europa Claude. We're going to win it. We're on our way. We're on our way.
Is this year in Poland, isn't it? It's in Poland.
Yeah, it is. It's in Poland, I think, Gdansk. But yeah, it's kind of funny because we got 1 point in 6 games against Aston Villa, Wolves, and Burnley. And for some reason, everyone thinks we're going to win the Europa League. Well done, mate.
And some people think that's an improvement. Well, anyway.
Well, don't look at it. Listen, we've got no God-given right, according to people, mate. We've got no God-given right to be any higher than 10th. Yeah, and the funniest thing is, like, this is the best take I've seen all weekend, yeah? And this is a general consensus one from not just one platform, but 3 or 4 that I've been on, yeah? The manager can't legislate for strikers missing sitters. The manager can't legislate for individual errors, and the manager can't legislate for VAR and refereeing decisions going against us. Well, if that's the case, then why don't we just keep Wenger? True, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where was this energy for Wenger when players were messing up and players were missing sitters and refereeing decisions? It's like, I don't understand the hold that this manager has on the majority of people. I genuinely do not understand it, Claude. It's bordering on obsession. Like, I think people are just obsessed with liking him for some reason and thinking he's doing great. What are they watching?
Yeah, we'll leave Wenger to confuse everyone with a handball issue at FIFA. So we'll leave him there for the time being. Because we don't even know now what handball is anymore, do we? We don't know what's deliberate. We don't know.
It was a penalty, but this is the funniest thing, right? Yeah, it was definitely handball. It was definitely a penalty. But the fact that, and Chig said it in his fan cam, he said, if we have to rely on VAR to win football matches, we're obviously not that good. It's true. You know, I'm not being funny, Claude. We see Tottenham go there the week before and absolutely hammer them. Yeah, hammer them. 4. They scored 4 again yesterday. This is apparently a defensive-minded coach, yeah, that wants to park the bus all the time. Well, they weren't parking the bus at Burnley. They weren't parking the bus at home.
They were at home, but I don't think it makes that much difference. But yeah, they were at home against Burnley, but that's not the point. We were.
No, they were away. That was at Turf Moor.
What? No, when Tottenham played them.
Yeah, Tottenham played at home yesterday against Palace. But that was at Turf Moor, I'm sure it was.
No, I think they were at home. I'm sure they were. No, they were at home because we were last week. We were away at Leicester, weren't we? So they're at home when we're away. Yeah. Yeah, honestly. Okay. But having said that, we didn't beat them at home anyway. So we lost. So yeah, you're great. It's a great point, and I don't.
Yeah, you're right. They were at home. I just seen it. They were at home.
Yeah.
Either way. Yeah, they still spanked Burnley 4-0. They're 7 points clear of us, and they've got a game in hand.
And it looks like Gareth Bale has thrown the golf clubs away and started playing football, isn't it?
He was good yesterday. I watched that game. Yeah. He was really good yesterday. They're warming up for us on Sunday, aren't they? And
you know what? Do you know what, Lee? Every time people expect us, like there was the Chelsea game, they thought we was going to lose that.
Oh, don't tell me you got one of these funny feelings again.
No. Everyone said, "Oh, you got no chance against Chelsea." We beat them, didn't we? And they were not in bad form at that time. Everyone was expecting them to beat us. And Man United game, everyone was thinking they were going to turn us over. It was a draw. So I don't know. It's as they say. It's form ball goes out the window.
Yep. Do you know what the madness is, though, Claude? Is we've got that game sandwiched in between these two European games. Yeah, so that's going to affect his team, especially if we're not winning the first leg. Let's say we draw the first leg, or even lose. Then again, I suppose it don't really matter what the result is. He's going to change it up for the Tottenham game anyway, with the second leg in mind.
Let's not forget we beat Olympiacos away last year in the first leg. It didn't make much difference.
Yeah, Lacazette scored, didn't they? And then we lost at home.
Yeah, so it's a tricky one. What team he picks for that for those two games? It'd be interesting to see what he does. It's not the right time to be playing Spurs anyway in between two big European games. So Conference League, UEFA Conference League, here we come.
No, well, listen, if we do get knocked out of this Europa League, whether it be in this round or the next round, the narrative's going to be, oh, well, the season's finished anyway. We might as well have a year out of Europe. Yeah, that's the next narrative.
No, but we won't.
We have to stumble before
we'll be in that conference thing, won't we? We'll be in that conference thing.
Well, I don't know, to be honest. I genuinely don't know how you get in. I don't get it, but
I think if you finish between 7th and 10th, you're in it.
No, I don't think it's as far down as 10th. I think the League Cup winner gets into it, but then if the League Cup winner finishes 7th or has already qualified for Europe, it then goes to the 7th place or the next place team. But this is the thing: how far down do we have to stumble as a club before we sit there and say, right, enough's enough? Because let's be honest here. Like, people will say, oh, you're just so negative about the manager. Well, what? Do you want me to be doing cartwheels when we're 10th? We're 10th in the table. Let that sink in for a minute. We're 10th. Yeah, we sacked it. In fact, we've only been above 8th or above 20 days this season. We sacked the last manager for being 8th. Yeah, and he was 8th for what? A couple of games?
Our friend Dan Potts is in the building.
Big up to Dan. Another one who speaks the truth. Big up to you, my guy.
It is the real Dan Potts, isn't it? It is the real one, isn't it?
Here we go. Wenger needed sacking for finishing 5th. Emery sacked for 5th. Arteta's setting joint 11. Trust the process. And that's the thing. I said right at the very start of the show, what hold does this manager have over the majority of our fans? I don't get it. I genuinely do not understand how anyone can sit there and tell me that there's progress and they can see a style of play, number one. Well, what is it then? Because we don't press as a team. One player will press and then the rest don't bother. Yeah, we're not playing sexy, fluid, passing, cutting, wide open football. But then we'll do it for 40 minutes or 50 minutes or 60 minutes, and then we just don't bother after that. And then we won't see that again for 5 games. It's like, what is the style of play? I watched Fulham yesterday at Liverpool. I watched Fulham. Scott Parker, first appearance as manager at Anfield. First win with Fulham. And if they had a proper striker, they would have won that 4 or 5. They battered them yesterday at times. You know, and it's like, Every time we go to Anfield, we've got our captain or one of our captains, Becky B, coming out saying it's normal to lose at Anfield. Well, it ain't normal because 6 teams in a row have gone there and won. Do you know what I'm saying? And they played decent football for them, really good football. Every team they've played recently, they've carved them apart. Why can't we do that? We've got better players. We've apparently got a generational manager. It's mad.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Project 2023 is in motion, unfortunately, and that's what we, whether we like it or not. I think even if we finish 12th, go out in Olympiacos, I think it's Project 2023.
I think
and then come January
go back to the games, Claude, I think he's finished. Yeah, if that's a full stadium next season, he's finished. Yeah, because if he carries on with results like this, yeah, we see you was there when we played Frankfurt, and Frankfurt scored against us, and there was a section in the clock end of 25, 30 people all jumping up and down, Arsenal fans, cheering Frankfurt's goal because it meant Emery was getting sacked. Yeah, if there's one thing Arsenal fans are good at on match days, it's booing. Yeah. Can you imagine if the fans were there when we lost 3-0 to Aston Villa?
You know what? I don't know. With these fans, there seems to be, I don't know, they seem to be different with this guy. I think I get the feeling, and I'm only going by what I'm hearing in social media, is that they're more tolerant of him. They're more tolerant of them thinking they really do believe it. They really do believe he's going to turn it round.
Yeah, but they don't believe it, Claude. That's the problem. Half of them don't believe it. There's no evidence to suggest that this guy is going to be any good other than the fact he has worked with Pep. There's no evidence to suggest that.
That's what they're clinging on to, and they're thinking I think most of them are thinking we really want him to succeed because he's an Arsenal player. Not that I didn't think he was an Arsenal legend. Don't get me wrong, but they think he's an ex-Arsenal player, ex-captain, and I think that's driving them to think, oh, we want him to succeed. So we'll have to. I want to be patient. I'm patient, and I think that's what's in the minds of these people. I think that's what it is. Whereas me and you, we've been there, we've been through it all and all the shit.
Yep.
We know what it's all about, and there's a lot of people that, as you say, have not didn't see the success of the team, and they're the young generation. They haven't seen that success. They might see why. No, they're not. No, they haven't. A lot of these young kids now coming through, they haven't seen a lot of this success when we were good and when we were.
Yeah, if you're 20, 21, 22, you've never seen us win a league title.
Their standards then are not as high as our standards, if you see what I mean.
Claude, I see somebody today, there's an account I follow on Twitter, yeah, and he tweeted something out, and somebody replied to it because he said, get Allegri in. There's somebody replied to it and said, why do we want that boring negative football at Arsenal? It's not the Arsenal DNA. I was like, Arsenal DNA? What is the Arsenal DNA? Because you grew up in the 70s watching us, and let's be real, we weren't fucking great at times, were we? Yeah, especially mid to late 70s, we weren't great until the FA Cup. Yeah, we won the double, obviously, but then the mid 70s, we were shocking, mate. Yeah, then we go into the 80s, yeah, and again, Terry Neal era and all that one, shocking. Then George Graham comes in, and it was boring Arsenal. But guess what? Boring Arsenal was winning Arsenal.
Which I thought was harsh, considering that we were, in 1991, the top goal scorers in the league. We were boring because, you know why we were boring? Not because of the way
we had a better defence than everyone.
No, because we had a great defence. And the reason why we're boring, because people were bored of seeing us winning. And that's it. That's why we were boring. Otherwise, because it's like any team that dominates football. People eventually, oh, well, this is boring, isn't it? You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right with that. I see somebody yesterday say if Erling Haaland and Messi go to Man City, we might as well just fold the league. Because it's just boring. Right? But it's not boring. Winning is not boring, Claude, right? Ask any Atletico Madrid fan if they're bored watching their team every week. They drew yesterday with Madrid. I think Madrid equalised in the last minute. Benzema, yeah? Right? But ask any Atletico fan if it was boring winning the Europa League, if it was boring getting to 2 Champions League finals, and probably should have won them both. Sergio Ramos just scoring right at the death in one of them, they would have won that. Is it boring winning the league against the 2 biggest powerhouses in world football? Is it boring winning the Copa del Rey? Is it boring constantly getting to the latter stages of Champions Leagues? Ain't boring. Is it boring sitting top of the table? Yeah, they ain't bored. You ask any Atletico fan if they're bored. They ain't bored, mate. Yeah, but for some reason, this Wenger era has made people seem to think that that's how you're supposed to play football. There's many ways to play football. Yeah, I don't care which way we play football. I just want us to win the title. We could bore the shit out of everyone. Go and ask Man City if they're bored. Yeah? Go and ask them if they're bored. Winning. They're not bored.
No.
You know, go and ask Burnley fans if they're bored with Sean Dyche long ball football. They're not bored because they're watching Premier League football every week.
No.
And this notion that you have to play pretty tippy-tappy football, I'm sorry. No. Look how many times teams are passing it out from the back. It's embarrassing, mate. I was watching the highlights of the Championship the other day. Yeah, I can't remember. I think it was Brentford. Yeah, not this weekend gone, the weekend before. Brentford are trying to play it out from the back, and the goalkeeper completely nosed it up, and they scored. It's like, why are you trying to be Barcelona when you ain't? Yeah, and for some reason, that has fed into the English game now. What a load of crap.
All this boring is a myth because I go to Jose's team yesterday, right? Everyone says that, but they've been knocking fours twice this week. But they can also play the other game where they can grind it as well. Although they had a bit of a mess, they went for a bit of a bad run. But if you look at it, yesterday they were brilliant going forward.
Yeah,
good to watch.
And Son didn't even play that well yesterday.
I
more Kane and Bale, wasn't it?
I hate to. It hurt me to watch
Lucas
it.
Moura.
It hurts me to watch it, but you can't take it away from them. But what I've got to say yesterday, and he's very clever. What he said, and he said this. He said if we'd have gone in one, he said maybe it was the best thing to go in 1-1 because if it had been 1-0, maybe we might have sat on it a bit. You know what I'm saying? And he's right. If they came out the second half and they blitzed them, didn't they? Away, they blitzed them away. And this is no team. They're not hard, not easy to break down. Palace, Hodgson's teams are not easy to break down. So. As we found out, didn't we, this season? I think, was it 0-0 when we played them?
Yeah, we drew 0-0 at the Emirates.
So it's not an easy thing to do. And, and everyone is saying, oh, he's finished. Yeah, he's finished all right. He's come back again.
There's a lad in your chat called Mark Viduka. I don't think it is the Mark Viduka. He says, Lee, you called Alexandre, Xhaka and bellerin shit and you think you have a chance to win the league. Yeah, because guess what? If we had a proper manager, neither would be here, mate. Yeah, our manager has begged Xhaka to stay. He's openly said his own words. Arteta begged me to stay and said that I'd be a big part of his team going forward. I was on my way to Germany. I was going to Hertha Berlin, I think it was. Because I was going to Hertha Berlin. Arteta came in and he said, no, I want you to stay. I want you to stay. He goes, and I stayed because of the manager. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Bellerin was going PSG on loan. We cancelled it. So, if we have a more mobile, and this is the thing, I said this last week, we've signed Thomas Partey and our midfield's got worse. Yeah, because we've loaned out Guendouzi, we've loaned out Torreira, we've loaned out other players. Yeah, Danny Ceballos is useless. I told everyone this when we signed him. Yeah, Granit Xhaka's useless. He's been useless for years. It's not a surprise anymore that he's making stupid errors. He's got no technical ability whatsoever. He's got no footballing IQ. He's got no right foot. He's got the turning circle of the Titanic. He's got no awareness of where he is on the football pitch. And I don't get what the fetish is with this guy. Why do we keep playing him?
Yeah. Going on that Thomas Partey, as you say, I thought first half wasn't too bad. But second half, he didn't look the same player, did he? He was giving the ball away.
That's because he was running around after Xhaka, cleaning up his mistakes.
He just didn't look the same player again. I think, that's what I'm saying, I think to get the best out of him, I think we need to upgrade his partner. Definitely in the summer. Definitely upgrade.
Let me just close this blind, mate, yeah?
Hey? Yeah, no, I do believe we need to. By the way, there's a super chat while you're going there. Did you see Ndombele's blanket? No, I didn't. I didn't want to taking any notice of his blanket yesterday, but thanks for the super chat. What's he on about, blanket?
Oh, no, Ndombele was sat on the side and he was all wrapped up with a blanket on and a face mask. It looked proper funny. He had the whole blanket wrapped around him, man. It was proper jokes. But
Yeah,
But no, it's mad. I just look at our midfield and I just think, well, what do we have there? Odegaard was supposedly coming in as the saviour. Well, he hasn't got a goal or an assist to his name yet. I think he's played all right, but is he any better than Smith Rowe? Debatable. Thomas Partey, his season's been a write-off. You could blame the manager for that, or you could blame him for that. You could blame the league for that. I don't know. You can blame whatever you want for that. The fact is, he's hardly played all season, and when he has, we've seen glimmers of how good he is. Danny Ceballos is crap. Granit Xhaka is crap. El Neni is crap, and we're loaning out the likes of Maitland-Niles, Torreira, and Guendouzi. It just makes no sense to me.
yeah.
Makes no sense.
What was this comment I just seen there?
Xhaka was all right this season. Yeah, he's gone back to the level he was when we signed him, which weren't good enough.
Yeah,
and this is the thing, and it's not a dig at James who's put that comment in, by the way. But this is the thing: people look at the last 5-6 games and go, "Oh, Xhaka's done all right. Oh, he's been our best midfielder." Well, it ain't difficult, is it? And what about the 4 years before that? And if you actually look, like I see people saying that he should be player of the month for last month. Did they not watch him against Benfica? Did they not watch him against Leicester? Like, I don't get it, bruv. I genuinely do not get it. I don't understand why people rate Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka's the least mobile midfielder in the Premier League.
There's a lot of debate about the goal that we conceded at the weekend. Another poor goal to give away. And I can't believe a lot of people are blaming Leno, but I can't blame him for that goal at all. It's one person to blame. Why are you taking a touch like that for a start? You know, and it was inexcusable what happened there. But I'm not going to completely hammer him and make abuse. And that's sending him abuse is not the greatest thing to do. But this happens time and time and time again. It's like he can't get rid of it at all in his game. Yeah, we do need an upgrade on it. Would you blame Leno for any of that goal?
The only thing I'll say about Leno is, even though Xhaka's called him for the ball and asking for the ball, Leno should know that he's technically shit. Yeah, and just hoof it up the pitch. Yeah. David Luiz has obviously been told in that situation, pull right out to the right back position. But how can you do that? How can you do that and leave a fucking striker wide open 6 yards out with nobody near him? Why would you do that? Yeah, whoever's made that a thing, that the centre back split, we'll pop it around their own 6 yard box, and then David Luiz, you go over there and just leave the guy who's supposed to be marking. And if we cock it up, he's got a tap in. No, I'm sorry. Like, for me, I think Leno wanted the ball back. I think he passed it to him and then expected him to pass it back, which is why he was so far left of his goal. Yeah. But no, man, Granit Xhaka, that's all on him, mate. The only thing I'll say about Leno is he could see the whole picture in front of him. Yeah, and he should know that he's technically dog shit, so he shouldn't be passing it to him. Yeah, but the thing is, I've seen people excusing it by saying, if you go and have a look at our goal, yeah, then we did exactly the same and Partey split the lines. Yeah, that's because Thomas Partey is technically levels above Granit Xhaka, so he doesn't panic on the ball. He can turn, he can spin, he can go left or right, he can dribble. Yeah, and if you look at our goal, it's exactly what he did. He got the ball, facing our own goal, he dropped his shoulder, he spun, and then pinged a nice ball through the lines. Yeah, Granit Xhaka can't do that because he's got no mobility. Yeah, he's got no right foot. Yeah, and he doesn't know his surroundings. Granit Xhaka didn't have any idea in the world that Chris Wood was stood there. Yeah, because his footballing IQ is 0. It's mad. And the amount of excuses that people make for this guy. He's got more errors leading to goals than anyone since 2016-17.
Yeah,
because he had a couple of good games, all of a sudden he's the best midfielder. No, not good enough. I can't wait for him to leave. Same as Bellerin.
Yeah, I agree. Lee, love your comments. You and Claude say as it is. I'm not sure if this is the guy. If it's the same guy, I'm thinking that we used to drink together. loads of years and years ago. Yeah, well, it is going back a while now. In the 80s, we had IB as well together. Really smashing guy. And what memories, Mark? What good memories. I'll leave it with. Where's my eyebrow gone, Mark? Where has it gone? Anyway, I think it's him. I'm not sure if it is, but if it is, nice to hear from you, mate. True says, expect Arsenal to grind even further, no matter who the manager is under the current ownership. Well, that's another thing. I mean, I know Turkish brings up that a lot, the ownership. And that maybe in a way they are right there, because if you think about it, Lee, if we get rid of Arteta, will we get Mertesacker? Will we be employing Mertesacker?
1 second, let me just grab this coffee. I'm listening. Go on, mate. I think people use this ownership thing as an easy target. Yeah, it's an easy excuse. Yeah. And that's not a dig at Turkish. Turkish is my pal, man, and I get why he wants to be on the owner, and he's been on the owner since time ago, yeah. And he knows my thoughts on it. But the only thing, like, if we lose a game, I'll give an example. We went 2 months without a win. All of a sudden, the players are crap, and the owner needs to invest. Yeah, we then go on a winning streak throughout December or whatever it was, or into January. All of a sudden, Smith Rowe's the next De Bruyne, Granit Xhaka's the next Pirlo. Lacazette's amazing. Oh, that's the form we need because he scored 5 in 4. Rob Holding is better than Cannavaro. Pablo Mari, oh, he's amazing. He's the next Tony Adams. The way we build up these players is a joke, right? And then as soon as we get a couple of poor results, everyone goes, no, it's the owner. Let me tell you something about the owner, right? This owner brought his first stake into this club, 9.9% back in 2007. We'd already moved to the Emirates. We'd already moved. He then owned the football club fully owned it. It's his club about 18 months ago. In that 18 months, we've outspent everyone in the league. Facts. Yeah. Facts don't care about feelings, bruv. Yeah, and the thing is, in the last 3 years, only Man United have outspent us in Europe, net spend. And in that 3 years, we've done £300 million. Is that a bad ownership then? Here you go. Here's £300 million in 3 summers. There you go, £100 million on average we spend.
The only thing I would say to that, Lee, is he employing the right people? This is what I'm saying. Is he employing the right people to get the right players for that money? Because you look
he's not employing anyone. That's the point. He's not employing anyone. Yeah. Yes, he's the owner. He ain't employing anyone. Why do you think there's a board there with his son on it? Because he ain't employing them.
Yeah, but he's putting that board in place, isn't he?
No, the board was already there. Two of them have just come in, granted, or one of them's just come in. That what's his name? I can't remember the fella's name, but he's a sports lawyer or something. He's now one of the board members. Yeah, still got Lord Harris there. You got Josh Kroenke there.
Hasn't he got the power to remove them?
Yeah, of course he has. But at the end of the day, why would he? Real talk, and this is where football fans get it twisted, Claude.
This is what I'm trying to say. If the owner's not removing them and putting people in place that can do that job properly, because if you look at our wage bill, compared to, are we the third highest? Probably the third highest.
I think we're the fourth highest.
Yeah, and look where we are at the moment. Is that right? That's the
hey, Claude, let me ask you a question. Yeah. How many points do you reckon this manager's cost us this season with poor tactics, shit starting 11s, and shit substitutes? How many points roughly? Just have a guess, roughly. I don't know the answer because it's subjective, but I'd hazard a guess that he's cost us 15 points this season. Yeah. Now people want to cry about VAR. Oh, it's cost us 6 to 10 points this season. Yeah. Well, working on that basis, let's take 6 points off of the 15 that I said. That's 9 points, yeah? Let's say it's about 9 points between VAR and Arteta, yeah? We'd be further up the table, right? We'd be ahead of Tottenham. We'd be right on the cusp of top 4, right? So, yes, you can all sit there and blame the owner, but this manager has cost us points this season through his ineptness, yeah? Yes, he can sack the manager, but it ain't his job to sack the manager. Yeah, he is the owner of the football club. It ain't his job to hire and fire managers. That's down to the people below him who he pays an absolute fortune to do that job. Yeah, the likes of Edu, the likes of Vinay. Yeah, if they phone him up and say, we're sacking Arteta, we're getting so-and-so in, he'll just go, whatever. Yeah, because he don't care. He's not phoning up saying, why did we not beat Burnley? He probably don't even know we played Burnley. And when people get their head around that and accept that, yeah, and accept the amount of money we've wasted on players like Xhaka, yeah, and Mustafi left for nothing. Yeah. 35 million pound we pay for him and 100 grand a week. That deal has cost us 50 million quid and he's walked for free. Here you go, here's 50 million, go and burn it.
It does make me laugh.
People say he doesn't spend money, Claude, but you just said we got the third or fourth highest wage bill. So well, that's a contradiction then.
No. What I'm saying is yeah, I agree. He's spending the money, but he's giving them the money, and they're not spending it in the right places. So where do we go from here? See, and another thing is, I think what we need is, if I'm being honest with you, we need an owner that understands football, that won't allow this.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That won't allow this bullshit to carry on, because at the end of the day, it's like, say when you're say someone gives you some money, mate, you need some money to do something, yeah. You want to borrow some money, and then you go and spend it on rubbish. That guy's giving you the money, isn't he? And if you spend it on rubbish, it's your problem, isn't it? You know what I'm saying?
But that's where it's different, Claude, because this owner, I don't believe he is the owner. I think his son's the owner anyway. I think Josh owns the club, not Stan. Yeah, Stan might officially own it on paper, but I think it's unofficially, Josh's, because Stan don't get involved. Josh is more involved, and even he disappears for years on end. But I just look at it and I think that we had 45 million quid that we spent on Thomas Partey, yeah? 45 million quid, right? West Ham spent in the whole of the summer transfer window 48 million. And they brought 4 players. Jose Mourinho done 58 million and brought 4 players. Yeah, we went and done 45 million on one as the big marquee super signing. Yeah. And this is where this club has gone wrong for years. I'm not saying I didn't want Thomas Partey. I'm not saying he's a bad footballer, because he ain't. He's fucking brilliant. But we should have gone out and got a left back. We should have gone out and got a right back. We should have gone out and got a midfielder. Yeah. And potentially, I don't know, another goalkeeper, a proper goal, not that fucking Runnison, but a proper goalkeeper. Yeah. Instead, we decided to go and blow 2/3 of our money on one footballer who spent all season injured. And it's great to say that after the event, of course. But at the end of the day, the teams that have done better than us, the London teams that have done better than us this season, went out and plugged 4, 5, 6 gaps rather than going out and buying the big marquee name. Now, on the flip side of that, if Thomas Partey had been fit all season, I don't think we would have been 10th. Yeah, I think we'd be a little bit higher up. I don't think we'd be in the top 4, but I think we'd be in the top 7 maybe. Yeah, top 6 perhaps. But how can you go out there and say, we're going to go and do 45 million pound on one footballer. We're going to go and do 26 million pound on a centre back. Yeah. And then cry that he ain't been backed. Well, he has been backed. He's got one of the best midfielders on the planet. Yeah. And he's got one of the best up and coming youngsters in world football at centre back. Yeah. So that's backing in itself. He then got given Willian. And the thing is, people sit there and go, oh, but yeah, he was a head coach. Now he's the manager, so he gets a say. What, do you think he weren't getting a say? He's had everything he's wanted since he's been at this club, this manager. He wanted Rob Holding to have a new deal. They've given him a new deal. Yeah, he wanted Thomas Partey.
He's the sort of guy that wouldn't take it anyway. He's the sort of guy who wouldn't have it any other way but have his say anyway. He won't have it any other way.
This is the thing. It's very easy to divert the attention to an owner when the results are bad. The owner ain't picking that starting 11. No. The owner ain't picking the substitutes. The owner is not parking the bus against fucking Burnley. Yeah, the owner is not making substitutes in the 81st minute. Yeah, the owner's not taking training every day. Yeah, the owner's not putting the tactics ball down.
The argument could be said that the owner is overlooking all this shit and doing nothing.
No, but the owner's not overlooking it all because he don't give a toss. We know this, and when we accept that, we might move on.
Yeah, but
look at West Ham's owners. Yeah, would you say West Ham's owners are better than ours?
No.
There you go then. And they're more involved, but they're worse than Kroenke. And look at where they are in the table.
Yeah,
I agree. They finished 16th last season. And now they're 4th or 5th or whatever they are with a game in hand.
Yeah, but so if you're saying they don't give a toss, then we need them to be bought out, don't we?
Yeah, but okay, let me say this, right? The other season, when West Ham fans stormed the director's box and they were putting corner flags in the centre circle and they were on the pitch and they were kicking off, they nearly got relegated the following season, right? And they finished 16th, yeah? They went out and done £48 million on 4 players. Kufal, Souček, both from Slavia Prague, by the way. Will we go shopping in Slavia Prague? No, because we're snobs as a football club. We wouldn't be going to sign in Souček and fucking Kufal. Yeah, we've just begged Bellerin to stay and keep Xhaka. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Then you've gone and got Jarrod Bowen, decent player, but he's from the Championship. Yeah. And then they went out and got Ben Rama. Our fans were having a fucking jizz fest over Ben Rama. The geezer's shit. Yeah. Nice funky haircut and can do step overs. Dead output. Yeah. Looks good when he plays for a Championship team. He's come to the Premier League and flopped. That was their shopping all summer. So you're telling me Kufal, Souček, not now, but when they signed them, yeah, Kufal, Souček, Ben Rama and Bowen, are you telling me that them 4 players are better than Thomas Partey, Gabriel, Pablo Marie? Sorry, we didn't sign Marie in the summer, did we? David Luiz we re-signed, and Danny Ceballos. Are you telling me it's better than them 4? Oh, and William. Are you telling me that's better? Which is better? Yeah. So West Ham, they're shit owners that are worse than our owners, didn't back their manager as much as we backed ours financially. But the difference is they actually went out and found some little gems that have turned good. We went out and went, oh, there you go. There's Thomas Partey, mate. Yeah, there's the difference. I'm not saying don't sign Thomas Partey, but why did you sign William? Why did you sign Gabriel? Because we could have gone and got another centre-back for cheaper money, perhaps. I'm not saying Gabriel's not a bad player, because he's not a bad player. But
especially when he's got
£7 million on them too. Nobody can sit here and cry about it. Yeah, and nobody can tell me that the owner ain't backed him. Yeah, because they have. Since he's been manager, he's done over £100 million.
2 super chats here. Sorry, just going to interrupt you a minute. Lee, first of all, your predictions for top 4, mate, in the Premier League.
This changes every week, by the way. Man City. Ah, dear. Chelsea. I think Chelsea finished 2nd. As it stands right now, I think they will.
Man United, yeah?
Yeah, I think West Ham are going to get in there, and Man United.
West Ham. You think West Ham will stay there, yeah? Around that area, yeah?
Yeah, I do, man. I do. They got some tough games coming up, but ain't we all? I think they'll sneak in, and if they get Champions League football, then that's a fact.
I'm going to go. You didn't put Spurs in there. I think Spurs are got a good chance of making top. If they win, I think that's the game for them. If they beat Arsenal, I think they're top 4 bound. I don't think they'll beat Arsenal, so I'm going to go.
Everton could still be a shout, you know. I'm just looking at the table. If Everton win, they go their game in hand.
I'm not sure. I'm going to go. I'm going to go Man City. I think Man United will finish 2nd. I think Leicester, I don't know. You know, will Leicester stay there? No, I'm going to go Chelsea. And I'm just going to say Leicester's just going to hang on with that 4th spot. Leicester will just hang on to that 4th spot. But I'm going to go Man City, Man City, Man United, Chelsea, and Leicester, with Liverpool making a late run, but I think they'll be just outside it. I still think Liverpool will make a late run towards the end of the season. I think that Van Dijk is near in fitness as well, so that will be a good thing for them. Right, Stephen Featley is on with a super chat, and thank you. He says, "Thanks, guys, for Friday. Yeah, always a pleasure, Stephen. Rest. Yeah, hopefully you can raise a bit more in a week. And I forgot to put it in today. Sorry, I do apologise. I'll definitely have it in tomorrow in the description tomorrow, mate, when I'm doing my other show tomorrow. But I forgot to put it in today. Sorry, mate. But it's a children's liver disease, Stephen. If you put it in the chat, mate, I'll put it up for a couple of minutes. Put it in the chat for me because I can't get it up at the moment.
You have that problem often? You need some of them tablets, Claude.
When you get to my age, it doesn't come easy, mate. Stephen, if you put that in the chat for me, and then we'll see what I can do, because I'm just busy. I can't do all this multitasking like Lee can. I'm not that good at it. All right then, mate. And thank you very much, and thank you for inviting us on. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, nice one, man.
Yeah. What's this? There's another one coming. Another one. What's this? Oh, and it's another super chat from Steve. Apparently, I was told Arteta convincing Xhaka to stay is now a lie, and I'm chatting shit about it. But convincing Aubameyang is true. What do you say to that, guys? He did.
Stop listening to the Arsenal family, because most of them chat absolute bollocks.
Yeah. You're listening to, I think, my co-presenter, Mr. Terry Davis. That's what you're listening to, mate. It's not true. Where you heard it? You believe anything you read?
Well, Xhaka said it himself. You talking about? Is that what Terry said about Xhaka?
Yeah, he said that all these things are all stories, all stories.
So why would Xhaka make it up then?
Did he actually come out openly say it himself? Yeah. Oh, well, I didn't know that. That I didn't know, but I believe that he did. He was on his way out. He wasn't. I think there was a German team in for him, wasn't there?
For Berlin.
That's right. He was all set, and then, oh no, you can't leave. You can't leave. You know.
Here, look. I'll give you a quote from our illustrious leader, the manager. Yeah, Mikel Arteta. Yeah, Arteta. Xhaka thought about it, and he had a very positive response afterwards. And I think he has changed his mind. Yeah, Mikel Arteta says he convinced Granit Xhaka to change his mind about the future at Arsenal, with the midfielder now poised to stay. And then goes on, the midfielder's agent claimed they'd agreed terms with Bundesliga side Hertha Berlin, which they did. But Arsenal head coach has revealed that the pair held positive talks about the Swiss international's future. He said, the first message for me was that I wanted to understand his feeling and how he was feeling about the club. I wanted him to hear it from me and my opinion, and I was ready to support him and ready to push the club to be supportive of him too, because I thought he could be a really, really good player for us, and he could enjoy playing his football under me. I tried to convince him in that way. He thought about it. He had very positive responses to me, and I think that's what changed his mind. Yeah. It then goes on and says, every club has its own issues. It's very difficult nowadays to have one full year where everything is perfect. But in this environment, we have to deal with that. Of course, it's not ideal, but players respond. They're talking about him sticking his fingers up. And then I'll get a quote from Granit Xhaka himself saying he convinced him to stay. So that's our manager. So if Terry don't believe it, it's the manager lying. If he is, well, that's your manager. And let me find Granit Xhaka. Here we go. Granit Xhaka reveals talks with Mikel Arteta convinced him to stay. Right. This is Granit Xhaka's own words by the day. Ready? He convinced me of his ideas and his philosophy. This was in Sport Bild, a German outlet, where he sat down and done an interview. He convinced me of his ideas and philosophy for the number 6 position and showed me a lot of appreciation. I'm glad that I could pay him back for his trust, and I hope for the future that we can still make it into the Champions League and finally play in the international top league again. He then said about the incident telling us all to stick it. The subject is closed. Maybe a lot of misunderstandings on both sides overreacted. The fans can be sure that I will always go beyond my limits to give everything for Arsenal. Yes, there were talks with Hertha Berlin. That's well known. But for me, it was settled. As far as the events at Hertha in recent months are concerned, I can say nothing about that. I'm too far away from that. It's not for me to say. There you go.
Mark Silverbridge. I'm not going to read that out on here because it's not fair on Lee, and I don't think Lee wants to get involved in that.
I'm just doing me, mate. I'm doing me. I'm not interested in anything apart from doing me, mate.
No, that's yeah.
Oh yeah, allow that, man. That geezer's had too much attention off of the back of my name anyway.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think Lee wants to get involved in that anymore.
No, man.
What he's put on.
My channel's growing every day, Claude. I hit 54k overnight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. you don't want to give him any more publicity, do you?
No, man. No, I've already given him enough.
Exactly, and his behaviour over the last few days has been appalling, absolutely appalling. There's no need for it, and it's all it's about. Well, we shouldn't do this to other channels, and then they all do it themselves. Fucking jokers.
But yes, as we were saying, Granit Xhaka and Mikel Arteta, unless they're both lying and colluding together to make a web of lies to the fan base, that actually did happen. So yeah, he convinced him to stay. So there we go.
What's that? Stevens put something. It was your favourite people on TFT Lee.
What was? I don't get what you mean.
No, that's a different. And he's talking about another one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's talking about something completely different with that Canadian connections, I think.
But this is the thing, Claude. Yeah, right. Some people have a love affair with this manager and certain players. We have a love affair with a football club. Yeah. Do you know what? I ain't interested. Claude, let me say something, right? That manager won't be the manager here in 10, 15, 20 years' time. Guess what? We'll still be supporting Arsenal Football Club. Yeah, these players, they won't be here in some of them won't be here in the summer and beyond into the next 5 years, yeah? We'll still be supporting the football club. Why people get so emotionally attached to certain footballers and certain managers, it's actually ridiculous. And do you know what? Rant's made a great point the other day. He said, if it is a process and it's a 3 or 4 year process, where's the same energy for the football players signed to 3, 4, 5 year contracts then? Because it's not the same, is it? Because as soon as Pepe has a couple of bad games, excuse me, get him out. Well, he's on a 5 year contract, so that's a 5 year process. Have the same fucking energy, yeah?
Very true.
Yeah. Are we going to wait 5 years for Pepe to come good then, yeah?
Very true. Yeah. You've hit a good point there.
It's a great point. And the thing is, it shows and highlights the hypocrisy of people that, no, if you're one of the players that's liked by the majority, yeah, then you can do whatever you want. I.e. Granit Xhaka has a couple of good games and everyone forgets the 4 years of shit. Yeah, but if it's Nicola Pepe and he gets treated like shit by a manager, or 2 or 3 managers, then no, that's it. He's not good enough. Well, you've written him off in 18 months. Why? But I'm not allowed to write a manager off then. But you've written off a player who's done more in terms of having his knockbacks and getting back up again than this manager will.
It's like what I was listening to yesterday on the football terrace. I don't know if you watched the football terrace last night.
No, I was watching the footy, mate.
It was after the Tottenham game, and they were discussing the Tottenham performance, and they're saying one Arsenal resident that's always on there said, if you take Kane or Bale and Moore out of the team, where would Tottenham be? Yeah, and
what's that got to do with anything?
I'm thinking about you take any team. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
If you take Aubameyang and Xhaka out of our team, we'd be relegated. What correlation does that have to anything?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because
if you take Kevin De Bruyne, Gundogan, and Sterling out of Man City, they'd finish 5th. Yeah. Come on, seriously, what's that got to do with anything? Yeah, maybe, just maybe, if Arsene Wenger had kept and kept in touch with the youth setup properly, we would have had Harry Kane up front for Arsenal because he's an Arsenal fan who came through our academy. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. If we had proper scouts, we would have scouted Son. Yeah, everyone was telling me Gareth Bale's finished. He's washed up. Well, he's on double figures for goals this season. How many of our players are?
Yeah, no, the goal scorers. They was going on about. Well, he's only got 7 goals this season. Was it? How many goals has he got now?
He's got 9. I think he's got 10 actually.
Yeah, and he has hardly played.
I know.
He's hardly played, and you know what? I think that's a clever thing what Mourinho done. He eased him in.
Didn't rush him in like we did with Partey. There you go. He's on 10. Excuse me. He's on 10 goals and 3 assists in 1,100 minutes. Yeah, so that's a goal or an assist, less than 100 minutes. Nearly one every game, I suppose, isn't it? And he's firing up nicely for us at the weekend, isn't he? And this is the thing. The way he's eased him in, everyone's going, oh, he's on the golf course, he's this, he's that, blah, blah, blah. No, he's eased him in over the course of this season without trying to get him injured, mate. Yeah, so now they can have a proper run-in, and a fit Gareth Bale is a dangerous Gareth Bale because the geezer's still better than most players in this league. Yeah, and he's on a decline. It's mad.
Yeah, this stat pad now people keep putting out, it's ridiculous. I start to wonder because at the end of the day, it doesn't mean nothing. I mean, they're giving it's an assist by Willian on Saturday.
That wasn't an assist.
You know what I'm saying? You know, in fact,
it was a pass, and the pass before the goal is an assist. It's a load of bollocks.
I'll tell you what was an assist to that goal is the goalkeeper punching the ball in net and not being able to put.
I'll tell you what was an assist. Granit Xhaka sticking it on a plate for Chris Wood. That was an assist.
That was the assist of the season. That was, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was an assist because he put it on a plate he couldn't miss. He didn't even need to adjust his body.
Go down as his assist though, on the records.
No, I don't think it does. I don't think it does. I'm not sure.
Who gets the assist for that then?
I don't think anyone would. No, I don't think anyone would.
Yeah, but they always, every goal is put assist. Every goal, they all put. I noticed that now. They never used to do it years ago. You notice,
mate. When you watch Sky Sports Call, this is how pathetic it has gone, and this is why most of these people now watch football through stats. Half of them don't even watch the games; they just look at the stats. Oh, bloody hell! Granit Xhaka, 94.997 twice removed times pi pass accuracy. Yeah, how many went forward and over 10 yards?
Yeah.
But then on Sky, they have XG on there now. So you get the shots on target, the possession, the passes, XG, expected goals. Who cares? I expect to eat my dinner at 6 o'clock. If I ain't eating it till 6:30, I ain't going to fucking starve. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? I expect to have a dump at 5 o'clock every day, which is why I'm late for my stream. Yeah? But if I don't have it until 10 past, I'm not going to shit myself, am I? Yeah, it's like expected this, expected that. Why don't you stop looking at the games through stats and start looking at the games? Because stats tell you last season that Shkodran Mustafi is better than Van Dijk. He ain't, is he? You don't need stats to see that. You need eyes. But this is the thing. Like, I'll give you another example. Yeah, Runts always cusses Bruno Fernandes. I watched Bruno Fernandes yesterday. Apart from a penalty, he did fuck all. Yeah, but everyone would go, oh, but he scored again. He scored. Oh, look, Bruno. Oh, he's amazing. No, Kevin De Bruyne had a better game than him yesterday. And De Bruyne weren't even that good yesterday. He was pretty shit. Yeah, but he still had a better game than fucking Bruno. Yeah, but the stats won't tell you that because De Bruyne didn't score and he didn't set one up.
Ollie seems to pull it out. Ollie, he does seem to pull it out, doesn't he? When he's about to be.
I don't know how he does it, man. And like, do you know what? He has got to be the luckiest manager when it's coming towards the end.
How he's feeling. Love to know his perspective. You've got him on later on, haven't you?
Yeah, 4 o'clock. Yeah, 4 we're doing the show.
I will listen into that because it'd be interesting to see how he's reacted to that game because I know he's a big Ollie out, isn't he? He's still a big Ollie out. I tell you, I thought the man of the match yesterday for me was Luke Shaw, but they gave it to Martial.
I thought Martial, but I thought Luke Shaw played well yesterday. He played very well, but yeah, they always seem to pull it out the bag, don't they? When they look like it's coming to an end for Ollie, bang, they beat PSG. It comes to the end, bang, they beat City. Like they always get the big result, don't they, when they need it? And you know, when you've got quality footballers in your team, that's what happens. Somebody step up.
I've got to say, he's got to be the villain of the week, isn't he? For me, Jesus, what the hell was he doing there?
I have no idea. It's a proper forwards challenge, that, isn't it?
But he's going nowhere. He's not going anywhere. He's surrounded there, and for some reason he's got to go and do that. I'd find him a week's wages for that. I would find him a week's wages for that. Just that alone, mate. Awful bit of play. What's your? I mean, we'll finish off here with VAR. What is your? I hate it now. It's getting on my nerves. And hold on, wait, let me get this in first though. XG expected goals were set by the club, and Arteta has not hit any of them. If we get KO out of Europe. He needs to get sacked. So that's another super chat. Yeah.
There you go. Big up DJ Crane. It's true. Yeah. Listen, very quickly on that. Yeah. All these people keep telling me is that Champions League qualification was the target at the start of the season. Yeah. Well, we ain't doing that in the league. So the only hope is Europa. The club, from what Mikel Arteta is telling us, is Champions League football was the expectations for the season, qualify for it. Yeah. But we know that when Raul and Vinay sat down and did that interview with Laura Woods, that was the target for Emery. Emery never made it either, and they didn't sack him at the end of that season after Baku. So even if he don't qualify for Champions League, he ain't getting sacked. Yeah, and that is a disgrace because, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree.
Unforgivable, mate. Yeah, not good enough. And this has got to have been the worst season for quality because every single game I watch is shit, mate. Like literally, it's a snooze fest every week. Every single week, there's games on again tonight. I guarantee one of them is the most boring game you'll ever watch, and then tomorrow it'll be the most boring game you ever watched. Then Wednesday it'll be the most boring. Every single week it's boring. Yeah, I don't know whether that's because the players have took their foot off the gas because there's no fans there. I don't know whether it's I don't know. It just looks like it's a shit game because the atmosphere is shit. I don't know. Don't know what it is. But the league table don't lie after 38 games. People can cry as much as they want bitch about VAR.
It's the same for everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, we could. Oh.
I said this yesterday, Claude, right?
Oh, he had COVID. So did David Moyes.
Moyes had it twice.
Oh, he didn't have a proper pre-season. Nor did anyone else. No, anyone else had a pre-season. Everyone had the same rules.
Mm.
Do you know?
And this is the thing as well, Claude, right? You look at it and you think, well, Aston Villa are above us. They finished 17th. West Ham are above us. They finished 16th. Everton are above us. They finished 12th. They got games in hand. They could go 4th, right? They got Chelsea tonight. And I look at it and I think, like, no, people can bang on about VAR this, VAR that. Last season, it was Liverpool, wasn't it? Yeah. This season, it's, oh, Manchester United are getting all... Okay, so what? You think that they sat there and they went, ip, dip, do. Oh, look, we're giving them all to Man United this season. Yeah, Liverpool had their season last season, but guess what? We're still going to sabotage Arsenal every season. Why? If we were winning everything, then maybe your conspiracy theory might actually add up. Yeah, the fact that we're bang average and shit and have been for 15 years, why would they want to sabotage a bang average shit team that's no threat to anyone? It's just excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. Yeah, and that's why we're shit. I fully say it, and people don't like me saying it. Yeah, the fans are the biggest problem at this football club because they accept mediocrity, they accept shit, and then people like me get vilified for coming out and saying the truth. Oh, but it's the way you go about it. Well, sitting here being all nice about it. What shouldn't I sit here? What should I not swear? Do you want me to be pompous and condescending and arrogant and up my own arse about? Oh yes, well, Timothy, yes. What I think we should do is I think we should relieve Arteta from his duties as manager, and we should go and get fucking Tarquin, you absolute wrong'uns. Seriously, yeah, unbelievable, Jeff. VAR is not the reason we're 10th. Mikel Arteta is.
Yeah, what? No, but for me, I'd scrap this VAR. If it was down to me, I'd scrap it because all I'm seeing is now, even the ones in VAR get the decisions wrong. So what's the point of it? Yeah. I always believe the only ones that are not subjective are goal line and offside. Yeah. The rest are all subjective. So why is someone's opinion in the any better than the one that's on the pitch? For me, scrap the thing completely, or just leave it for goal line and offsides, and then all this. It takes him. Also, he made a great point the other day. Was it Scott Parker? There's no emotion in the game anymore.
No,
you can't celebrate a goal. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, great. All hugging each other. Oh, no, it's not a goal.
It was like yesterday. The Tottenham game. I think it was Son squared it to Kane for a tap-in. Yeah, Kane celebrating, jumping up and down, all hugging each other. First replay, we could all see that's onside because he was bagging line with the 6-yard line. You could see it was onside. A minute and a half it took him to fucking play around with the fucking things and do the dots. Like, why are you wasting a minute and a half? We can see it's a goal. I think they just like playing with their new shiny toy.
He's passed it back, so it can't be off.
Yeah. But they like playing with their new little toy, don't they? Oh, let me join the dots. And one thing I'll say, right, why is it diagonal? Why is it when you're looking at it, it's like that, yeah? Why can't they fucking let us see straight down the line like that? Yeah? Because that Werner one against Liverpool, I'm convinced he was onside. Yeah, and this is another thing. It's supposed to be clear and obvious errors, yeah? Right? There was a corner yesterday that should have been given as a corner. It went down as a goal kick. Well, that's a clear and obvious error because on the first replay, you could see it was a fucking corner. Yeah? Why didn't VAR step in and say, well, actually, that's a corner, mate?
Yeah.
You know, Timo Werner's one the other day where he rounded Alisson and they said he was offside. Well, that's not clear and obvious. There was a fucking Rizzler paper between them two, mate. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? It's mad. It's pathetic. And there's no conspiracy against us. I don't believe that one bit. But, you know, there is some odd decisions, man. Some proper odd decisions. And that is because 1 week, it's a different guy in there. The next week, it's a different guy in there. The next week, it's a different guy in there. And that is exactly the same as having a different referee every week. So scrap it and fucking give it back to the referees to decide.
When Burnley, Stephen's coming with another super chat. When Burnley equalised, Arteta, fans were saying it's the refs' fault, not getting pens, or if we didn't make mistakes, we'd be in top 4 week in week.
If he could manage properly, we'd be fucking doing better. He can't manage. He's shit.
I was told the other day by someone that if we had VAR between 2001 2006, we would have won every league that season. So all them seasons we would have won big time.
Yeah, if my grandma had wheels, she'd be a bike. Who said that? What's the name?
If we had VAR, we would not be unbeaten that season. I'll tell you that now.
Yeah, the dive from Sol Campbell in one of the games, wasn't it? That would have seen as a dive. I think it was Portsmouth.
Pires against Portsmouth.
Pires, sorry, that's it. Pires. Yeah, we wouldn't have got that, and he would have been booked for diving. Like, this is the thing. The narrative changes every time, and the fact that we have the audacity as a fan base to sit and laugh at clubs above us, I find staggering.
Not be funny. VAR went against that anyway on the handball that we should have got. He went. But then you blame Wenger for all that because he's the one making them handball rules up at FIFA. We don't know where we are anymore. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the committee, Wenger on there. So, you know, if the referee at the end of the day, it's a human error. The referee makes them. It goes for one week. It goes one way for us, 1 week for that. The reason Man United get a lot of penalties because they have a lot of stuff they got, and why they got over the years got a lot of penalties is because they were always attacking. They were an attacking side, and they were going to get more penalties than anyone else. That's really nothing to do with referees. It's all bullshit.
And that's the thing. That's the thing, right? Martial yesterday nailed on penalty. I see Bruno Fernandes' stats come up, and it said that he'd scored 17 out of 18. That's now 18 out of 19. Yeah. There's a reason they get so many pens because they're always in the opposition box.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not because we don't cross halfway because we just want to park the bus. Oh, but he's fixed the defence. We're more solid. We're more hard to beat now. Well, hang on. Guess what, mate? It doesn't matter whether you lose by an inch or a mile. It's a fucking loss. Yeah? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you look at the Premier League table, I did this the other day, right? Premier League table. Yeah, go and have a look. Well, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to bring it up now, right? Premier League table. Brighton. Yeah, Brighton have lost the same amount of games as us, and they're 17th. Yeah. Fulham have conceded 5 goals more than us. So has Scott Parker fixed their defence then? Because apparently we've got a better defence than them, but they've only conceded 5 more. How's that work? Aston Villa have got a better defence than us, 1 less. Oh, by the way, another top-class performance from their goalkeeper at the weekend against Wolves. It's a save he made from Connor Cody. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You look at Chelsea. Chelsea have conceded less goals than us. Man City have conceded less goals than us.
Don't worry. We've replaced it with Matt Ryan.
Leeds have scored 8 goals more than us, and they've got a game in hand against West Ham tonight. Newcastle have only scored 8 goals less than us, and they ain't got any fucking decent players. Jesus Christ!
If only, and don't get me wrong, he's played well lately, Leno. But if only Arteta just said to him, "Look, it's yours. Why at the moment is in your position. It's yours to lose. In that, instead of just saying, "Oh well, yeah, if you don't want to stay, that's what I'm saying. It's all bad man management for me. I don't know, but that's inexperience. And then we go back to the point: why was he employed in the first place?
Exactly.
You wouldn't put the post room boy in charge of your major company, would you? You wouldn't put him in charge of the company, would you? Next minute, with no experience. Oh no, you wouldn't. So what's the difference in the football manager?
Exactly. You wouldn't get a rookie pilot to fly a 747 on a 4-hour flight when there's an experienced pilot that'd do it better. Yeah, you wouldn't trust a rookie electrician to come and rewire your house, would you? Like, it just makes no sense, mate. It makes no sense. But it's cheap and cheerful Arsenal, isn't it? That's how they like to do it. Cheap and cheerful Arsenal. Let's pay Mikel $6 million a year instead of getting a manager on 18. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
We're going to stop all this buying players in the summer that surplus the requirements of other clubs. You know what I'm saying? Stop that sort of attitude as well. I'd rather get young, up and coming talent than do that again this summer. I tell you, we've had it too many. And even Willian has said he didn't want to leave Chelsea. So you've got to play with a mindset that doesn't want to leave there in the first place. He's not going to give you. Come on, he's not going to be giving you 100%, is he? He doesn't want to leave the place he left. He still he wants to be at Chelsea.
Exactly.
Why don't we look at the character of these players before we buy them as well? You know what I'm saying?
Makes no sense, mate. It literally makes no sense.
No, it don't make sense. And let's see if there's a couple more questions because I know you're a very busy man.
Yeah, I'm just setting the stream up now, actually.
What you got? What's coming up, Lee? Anyway,
I'm going to do a stream in a minute. Barcelona have apparently agreed a pre-contract agreement with Becky B. So I'll be doing a stream.
Is that a live stream or a recorded one?
Yeah, no, live stream. I'm going to do it now.
Okay.
And then I'm going to be on with Rants at 4:00. In fact, actually, I might just record this. Yeah, I'm going to record this. I won't do it live. I'll record it. It'll be out in about 40 minutes. Yeah. And then, and then I'm on with Rants at 4:00.
Well, to ask him about that. Yeah, ask him where he's
I asked him. He reckons you've got his number.
Hey?
He reckons you've got his phone number.
Yeah, I'm going to ring him. Because I don't. I don't like to be. I don't. It seems like he's a very busy guy. I don't really want to, but I will ring him.
Yeah. He said.
On the show, don't forget to ask him about what he thinks about Ollie now. I mean, if he's Paul wants to know. Do you want to? That's what. Yeah. When you first question to ask him, Claude says, "Will you swap Arteta for the guy for Ollie?" Ask him. That's from me.
Would he swap Arteta for Ollie? I've asked him that before. He said, "Yeah, I think."
He would.
Yeah, I'm sure he said, "Yeah." I'll ask him again.
Anyway, everyone, that's it for today. Thanks for coming on, Lee. I really appreciate it. Every Monday having you on here, it's the most views because people want to hear from you. You know what I'm saying? People want to hear what you've got to say. You say it as it is, and that's what it's all about. It's too many people too many echoes in this game at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be part of the get along gang and the Arsenal family. I'm just trying to get my football club back to where it should be, which is why we smashed a beautiful stadium down, mate.
You know what I mean?
I'm not interested in making friends. I've got friends.
That's what it's all about, and exactly that's what it's about. It's about saying what you really believe in, and if we all had the same opinion, life would be boring, wouldn't it? What's the point of having a debate? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway, take care, everybody. Hopefully back tomorrow. I don't know yet. I've got to see if I can line up a guest for tomorrow. And hold on, where are we?
He's gone. It's now Lee and the Banstas. And what should we do now? What can we do while we're here on our ones? Oh dear. I don't know what's happened. His internet must have cut out. But we are back again. Full screen settings. Big up to everybody in the chat. Make sure you subscribed. Make sure you're sharing the link around. Make sure you subscribe to me as well. And yeah, I'll be dropping a video in about 40 minutes, half hour, 40 minutes. By 1:30, that'll be out, about Becky B to Barca. And yeah, then I'll be back again with rants. Need to speak to Turkish. I'm not sure if he's available tonight, so we shall see with that one. And yeah, man, plenty more content to come. We've obviously got the big game on Thursday, and Lee and the Banstas will be doing a watch along, and you can come and join in. Come join in. What's your opinion on the current state of VAR? I've just mentioned that about 10 minutes ago, my friend.
You're taking my staff away for your VAR. I caught you there, mate. I caught you.
Yeah, Lee and the Banstas has taken over.
Okay, yeah. Big game. It is a big game Thursday. But before we end, prediction for Thursday?
1-1. As it stands now, that might change by the time I do my preview.
I think we'll win 2-1. I don't know. I just feel we will. They will pull it out for this game. I think that's what they're going to pull out their performances out in Europa League there. So I'm going to go 2-1. But I think there'll be harder tests in the next couple of rounds, though. That's the problem. Yeah. Bye for say goodbye. Bye for everyone. Bye for now.
Arteta out. Arteta out.
I don't know what happened.